We are back out here in the best ball streets. Oh, it feels so good to be back, Ty. We're going to be out here. We're going to go ahead and crush a big board draft over on Underdog Fantasy. Yes, we are the nerds, the geeks, the idiots that are drafting fantasy football teams in February. But our goal as we go throughout this is to highlight some of the best values and, you know what, have a little bit of fun along the way as well. How many drafts deep are you now?
5, I think.
Okay,
my
respectable.
My slow drafts all finished up, so I guess technically I'm closer to like 7 now, but
Sure,
5 to 7.
5 to 7. Okay, I believe I have done. I think I'm somewhere between there too. Between the live streams we've done as well. I'm sitting right around that 5 to 7 mark. So there's guys like Davis Maddock out there. If you consume best ball content on the regular, he's like 79 drafts in or something like that. I'm like
nuts.
Respect to you. I'm taking the Pete Overzet pace here where he's only at 4 right now in the big board. So if you want to jump in, draft with us, now is the time to, because we're going to be pulling up a big board draft here momentarily. You can draft along with us. We'll be active in the chat as well. So if there's anything you want to drop in the chat in the future, you can join our drafts. Use code fellas over on Underdog. They will give you a special pickup and a first time deposit offer up to $1,000. So let's do it, Ty. Let's dive on in to a big board draft here. We'll jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That really isn't helpful for people who are trying to join our drafts. There's 3 spots left here. So if you wanna hop in, we are here and ready to draft with you. Where have you been most frequently drafting from?
It's a good question. I think I'm mainly towards like 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so you're kind of like middle end.
Yep. I don't like it.
I don't mind that. I like the wide receivers in that range. It would be super difficult to mix up my exposures because I feel like I like there's always 1 or 2 wide receivers I like in that range. Like if Puka's there, I would just draft Puka all the time because I'm in love with Puka for next year. Wait on one more here. If you want to jump in, we got room. We got time for you.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at all my drafts so far to make sure. Like 7. Highest has been 2nd. Lowest has been 9th.
Oh boy, we're gonna be on the turn, aren't we? Oh, the 11th pick. I'm not a fan.
At that point, just give us the turn.
Yeah, right. Just give us a 12th pick at that point. Can't say I'm not a fan of the turn. I don't want to double tap running back. That's my big issue at the turn is I feel like I have to double tap running back just with the names that are there because you lose out on, the Puka, the Nico, the Amon-Ra, the Malik, the Brian Thomas range. And it feels like you just get stuck with having to double tap running back if all those guys are off the board, which just crushes my soul, but it is what it is.
Sometimes you draw the short end of the straw. I mean,
to say the least.
It just happens to be a little too often when we do this live that these picks.
Is it the shirt? Is that what it is? Is it the shirt?
Oh,
I feel like I had this curse. I feel like I had this curse over the summer when it was Best Ball Summer 2024. I'd wear the shirt. We never got anything higher than like the 108. It might be the shirt.
Might be onto something.
All right, I'll mix up the Hawaiian shirt next stream then, so that way we don't get.
Just hit it. It's a reset, right? Because once we get something better, we can go back.
Better voodoo up in here.
Right.
Yeah. No, I follow. Jamar Chase, 3 running backs after Jamar Chase here. Not looking good for us at the end of the first round here, where I really want a wide receiver. I don't have to double tap running back.
You have to double tap Ashton Genty and Devon Achane to start things off. Amazing. every best baller's dream.
So Devon Achane or Ashton Genty? It's a real question.
Oh, Achane for me.
Okay, Achane?
Because I think Genty's the offense that he lands in is going to be a little dicey, and I like the the receiving upside. I know it's half PPR, but still the receiving upside is.
Nico or Brian Thomas. Please take running back or Brian Thomas.
We're not gonna get both of them. We'll take one of them though.
No. I want one of them. Yes. Oh, I want a Nico Shea here so bad. Oh, you go with Nico.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, I mean, you know me as the resident Brian Thomas hater, so
That's what we know.
I love Nico.
That's a where is he going ADP wise? That's 2.5 picks past ADP. We're scooping value early. That's how we do these drafts.
So who went early then? If he slid all the way to us at 11, I know
Achan went ahead. Here we go. Brian Thomas, Ashton Genty. You have a preference here? I'm okay going Derrick Henry. You could convince me on a Drake London. I'm not a huge fan of McCaffrey at this price.
No, McCaffrey a couple weeks ago was at a great spot, but now he's slowly on this way up, and it's like,
right,
yeah. I don't mind AJ Brown. Set us up for a little Jalen Hurts action potentially later, but I think if we need back, we go Derrick Henry.
All right, let's go Derrick Henry then. I'm just going to get my handful of shares of him because I'm terrified. I'm terrified to draft him in best ball because what if this is the year, Ty? What if this is the year the wheels fall off? But at the same time, how long are we going to say that? And Derrick Henry is just going to keep being absolutely.
Yeah, dominant. You know, when we've been saying that for the past like 5 years.
Yeah, for real. All right, we got a long time till I was just gonna say we got a long time until the turn comes back. So let's chat about Elijah here. Giants getting Stafford affect neighbors in fantasy compared to maybe drafting a rookie quarterback. Let's unpack the first half of that question though, because this is contingent on Matthew Stafford actually ending up with the New York Giants next year. How likely do you think that is?
See, it's tough because I feel like what the Rams are doing right now is exactly what the Ravens did with Lamar, is that they're seeing what the market is and not like the trade partners for Stafford, but essentially saying what would a new team give you for a contract? Because that's what this is all about. So if they find that actually it's a couple million more than what we were paying you the past couple of years, I think he stays with the Rams. So I think to the Giants specifically, I would give it maybe a 40% chance just because I think the greater likelihood is that he stays with the Rams.
If the Giants are willing to fork out the money, I think he ends up a New York Giant. There's also there's some weird connections going on there too. I can't remember the exact.
What's the in-laws?
His in-laws. Yeah, I was gonna say it's his in-laws. That's who it is. I thought it was his in-laws. So I might give it greater than 4. I might lean towards the 60, but we can meet in the middle.
Oh, so you think he's for sure? Shouldn't say he's for sure on the move, but there's a.
I think they're more
confident that he's gone
than not. Yeah, I think they're more likely to move off of him than not. But again, like it's mostly you're 10% below 50. I'm just 10% above 50. That's kind of where I'm at. Sure. So let's talk about that then. Matthew Stafford is just a flat out better quarterback than Cam Warren and Shadur Sanders, correct? I mean, that's the benefit here for Malik Neighbors. It's force-fed targets. It's, Puka Nacua level upside.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, like it is.
Cooper Kupp level upside from what, 2021?
I mean, I would feel comfortable having Malik Neighbors as a top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with
top 3 is probably a little rich, just knowing the talent at the top. But I think
top 5 for sure. Absolutely.
I mean, you see the first round there, like Jamar Jefferson, CD Malik. I think that's a very realistic, way a draft could go in the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm with you on that when it comes to Matt Stafford to the Giants. It just elevates Malik Neighbors in literally everywhere possible. And the nice thing about the Giants too is that there's no world in which they give up 3 for Stafford. It'll be 34 and something else in terms of what picks they have in the draft.
Well, there's going to be some contingent picks, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there'll be contingent picks mixed in for sure. Where are we at in the draft board here? We got a handful of picks here. Cooper the dog.
My bad.
You're good. Cooper the dog. I see you here. I want to make sure we time our pickup well here too. We'll come back to this. who's on the board here, Ty. We need to evaluate who's on the board so we can make our pick. DJ Moore, I'm not a fan of Chase Brown at this price. If Josh Allen slides, I could scoop up a Josh Allen share. Derrick Henry needs to start.
Is he a game changer compared to Lamar and Jaden Daniels? I shouldn't say game changer, but like, is he an advantage over the other guys? Because I would say we could wait. Yeah, because I'm cool with the other quarterbacks pushing it.
I mean, you want to go ahead and team stack a little bit here?
Oh, you know what? It's a phenomenal idea.
You want to go ahead and team stack? Let's team stack a little bit and hope we don't get sniped.
I wouldn't do Zay though.
You would do Zay. You're going to wait for Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely?
Correct. So I would even do like Rashad Bateman later. I know that he's a free agent.
Sure. That's fine. I'm good with that. Which of these wide receivers are most well? Okay, let me ask this: would you rather go running back or wide receiver?
Probably receiver.
That would be my tendency as well.
I don't. Mixon's interesting, but if we're taking a receiver, I'm probably leaning Devontae.
Okay. I'm good with Devontae or Mike.
I'm just worried with Cohen leaving and him getting older.
We'll go ahead and take Devontae. I think I'm pretty heavy on Devontae right now, but that's okay. We'll even that out as these drafts go on. So there you go. Team so far. Get back to the team here. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins, Devonta Smith. I actually sneaky like that start.
Hey, we got really good offenses so far.
Yeah, well, sometimes fantasy football is simple. Draft good players on good offenses, and it'll turn out all right for you more times than not. Let's get to Coop's question here because it does mention Derrick Henry. So was this trade good in Dynasty League? I gave up Derrick Henry and Jacoby Myers, and in return, he got Joe Mixon, Patrick Mahomes, and a 3rd-round pick. In Dynasty, if you receive Joe Mixon, Patrick Mahomes, and a 3rd-round pick, yes, absolutely.
I would agree with that. I think I wouldn't say that the running backs are a wash, but I think going from Derrick Henry to Joe Mixon in terms of production, at least for the upcoming year, you make up for that with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. No,
so I like it.
I would agree with that, and especially I'm guessing this isn't a super flex league because I'm guessing you would definitely you'd be giving up a lot more if you're.
If it is, you just committed highway robbery.
Yeah, it's more than highway robbery. I'm afraid you murdered the other team. That's what I'm concerned about. But no, in a non-super flex 1 quarterback league,
no way.
Is there? Did we miss a 1st-round pick in here, like the 103?
I gave up Henry and Jacoby Myers.
They got Joe Mixon, Patrick Mahomes, and 3rd-round pick. Yeah, you absolutely did. If it's a super flex, yes, you absolutely did.
Holy cow! Can I get in on that league?
Yeah, right. No, that's how it went.
I want in. I want in. I want in.
He's there.
Because Lord knows our Dynasty League.
Oh man,
rough out here.
It's rough trying to get a trade done out here. If we're getting trades done like that in other Dynasty leagues, like kudos to you, man. Kudos to you, 100%.
I might start entertaining the idea of fantasy GMs and Coop. I will dial you up, my guy, my dog.
What are your tactics for getting a deal done like this in a super flex league?
Right. I need your kind of your wizardry in negotiations with Cameron because that man is impossible to negotiate with.
Cam, I know you're tuning in here. Chicken. Where are you?
Yeah, where are you?
Cameron. Come on. You said you were listening to this while you were editing our podcast.
Yeah, defend yourself. You gotta stay for yourself.
This whole wide receiver run is interesting to me. Where it's Mike Evans, J-Mo. Has Joe Mixon not been drafted yet?
No. Whoa. Come on back. Come on back, Joe. Come on back.
I mean, we got a ways. But this wide receiver run is interesting. Mike Evans, J-Mo, Tet, Rome, Zay, Rashid, DK, Devontae, Chris. Are we sure any of those guys are going to outscore Joe Mixon next year?
Good point.
Are we just a bunch of piss boys in here? We're just drafting wide receivers. Draft wide receivers early. Is that what's happening?
It's kind of. I don't know how I feel that it's all the badge rows that are doing.
Jordan Addison. Are we sure Jordan Addison outscores Joe Mixon next year?
Do we think the wheels fall off that much?
I don't get this. Jalen Hurts. We're talking about a top 4 quarterback confirmed.
We go bully QB.
There's Joe Mixon. It's about time. And what team took him? Moon Man? With the JJ, AJ Brown, Brees Hall. We gifted Moon Man a phenomenal start. What are we doing out here? We're just giving out Christmas gifts in February. It's 10 months till Christmas. Oh, man. All right, who's on the board? We got Jalen Hurts. We're not going bully. Oh, we could. I guess we do have the Devonta Smith stack there, don't we? We could really piss off this lobby, couldn't we? Oh, Jalen Hurts goes, so no, we can't. What direction do you want to go here?
Well, I think we got to go running back, and I think we got to go pass catcher.
Yes, 100%. We split it again. I agree.
I'm willing to push the running back because I don't think the team picking.
I agree. I feel good about any of these running backs afterwards.
So I honestly am a fan of Courtland Sutton.
Great. We don't need to have a discussion. I am too. He's my favorite in this tier.
I like Pickens scares me. Judy scares me. Not because Judy. Judy. We'll we don't need to bore people with that.
Yeah. So this gets fun now. This gets fun.
Mm-hmm.
This gets fun.
I'll let you have the choice here.
Those are my top 3.
Ooh.
Hey. Preferably that.
Oh no!
But you like Amarian. You like Amarian, so we'll do Amarian.
It's your choice. No, it's your choice.
No. I'm a man of the people joining me, and I'm good with Amarian Hampton there. I can live with that. The problem is so here's the problem. Here's why I'm okay taking Amarian there over Henderson, even though I think Henderson could potentially be the better fantasy asset. I'm going to be so overweight on Henderson in that range that I need to mix in my Omarians. I can't spoil anything because it's not set in stone yet, but we're going to have some fun, hopefully some fun tools here that we get to play around with during these drafts that'll help kind of flatten all of our exposures a little bit and help track that better. What are you giggling at over there?
I opened Twitter because I saw a notification. And the first tweet on my feed is a guy giving his comps because he used a model. Want to hear these?
Yes, let's do it. I need to pull up the draft board. I'm out of practice, dude. I have surgery on my arm, and the next thing I know, I'm like, I forget how to do these streams. Oh my God. Go over these comps, then we have another question in chat.
Okay, Ashton Genty, Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
Omarian Hampton, Todd Gurley. This is where it gets.
I don't want to hear the rest.
Travion, Nick Chubb.
What?
Caleb
this
Johnson?
has to be trolling. That cannot be serious.
Caleb Johnson,
Nick Chubb,
Kenneth Walker.
That's the most reasonable one.
Are we sure?
Compared to the other two, the other 3.
Sure.
Yes.
Quinshon Judkins, Alexander Madison.
How are we going from these like elite high end, like all the confidence in the world to Alexander Madden? That tells me just how you feel about Judkins as a prospect. That just means you hate Judkins. It's not even reflective of his game.
Dylan Sampson, J.K. Dobbins.
Oh.
Some response. What got me laughing was the first response is a gif of Spice Adams shooting it off the top of the backboard.
Yeah.
0 for 0.
0 for 0. Oh man, that's brutal.
I
That's a
needed
brutal.
that.
If you want
That
to go,
was
so if you're watching over on YouTube or you're watching on one of our other platforms as well, we just did our running back comps over on YouTube, so that's why we're laughing a little bit because we just broke down all of our running back comps for this class. So, so if you want to go check that out, make sure you go check that out on our page. Let's answer this question quick here. What would you give an offer for the 101 12 team PPR? I have the 102 in the top 5 pass catchers of the 2020. So you have all 5 of Neighbors, BTJ, Lad, McMillan, and Bowers. I don't know if McMillan's top 5 pass catcher, but point proven. But I get what you're saying. Neighbors, BTJ, Lad, and Bowers. You have a crap ton at your disposal there, obviously. If you have the 102 and you want the 101 as well, I mean, I'm definitely cooking up something with Aladdin, and I'm holding on to BTJ and Neighbors for sure. I think you got to offer Aladdin and another sweetener on top of it. It depends what your deal is, but I'm holding on to Neighbors, BTJ, and Bowers for sure. But if you want to use Lad to get up to the 101, it'll have to be him and another piece on your team. I wouldn't give up Neighbors, BTJ, or Bowers just to get the 101. What are you looking at? We got to make our pick too. We're on the clock.
Oh, hey, Mark Andrews. There we go.
Yeah, let's say 0 tight end there. This is going to be my preference because I can live with some of these running backs afterwards, or we can reach down and take a Matthew Golden if we'd rather have a pass catcher too. But yeah, I'm good with Andrews if you are. Stack it up with Lamar.
Cool. Heck yeah.
I don't necessarily love the ADP value on Andrews just because very touchdown dependent last year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's even traded and it's not even a stack anymore. But I mean, for now, I'm whatever. This is fine for the build and the construct of our team too. So I'm good with it. Tony Pollard and Brandon Ayuk go. Do you have I don't like these running backs. I would rather take Ramondre, Matthew Golden if we want a rookie. Those are my top two.
I feel like we should. I feel like we're good at running back.
Oh,
and I think, well, that's fine.
We'll take Ramondre. That's fine with me. We'll have to pound wide receiver later, but
which I would rather do than trying to find the running backs.
No, I mean, I feel good about Amari Hampton, Ramondre Stevenson, and Derrick Henry. I think that's a very solid top 3 running backs, and I feel good about the wide receivers as well. When you got Nico, Devonta Smith, and Courtland Sutton, 3 guys who I think could easily put up top 25 numbers again this year. So, I had a question up there. I'm too lazy to retype it. Oh, here we go. Another one. 106 in a dynasty league. Then I got a 2nd and 3rd round pick and a 5th that I win the deal.
2 third rounds.
2 third. Oh, sorry. 2nd and 3rd round pick. I would have rather had the 106 personally. I just think what you're going to get at the 106 is probably better than whatever the 2nd and 3rd round picks. And well, it depends what years too.
Well, how many teams are in your league? Because if you gave it the 106 and it's just an 8 team, then I get it. But if it's a 12-man and you trade it with the guy at the 208, going back almost a full round.
Yeah. So
well, you got the 110. Yeah.
I don't hate acquiring all those picks. Part of me is also just like I just feel like I'm going to trust what I get at the 106. More than whatever those picks are going to provide me. There's like a certainty element to that, but also if you want to use those for like other trade bait pieces too, you can also do that. So I don't know. I feel very indifferent on that trade of like, I don't know if I would have made that deal, but I can also understand why somebody would if they want to acquire draft picks and then use them to go, manipulate other trades as well to upgrade. So I get it. I probably personally wouldn't have done it, but I also I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you got absolutely fleeced and your team is now decimated because of it. So that's kind of where I stand, Coop. This is I can't say a gross range of players, but this is where it really starts to get interesting on the draft board because you've got, again, this running back range is so fascinating. The wide receivers basically just take a nosedive and it's just even more running backs. It's a very odd range. I don't know what to do with it entirely.
I feel like the best thing you can do is just take the guys that you already know will have a role and not
Yeah.
take the risk of like if he lands in the right spot, like
Yep.
too early to kind of take that risk.
Man, look at the quarterback avalanche here. Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, Bo Nix, Caleb Jordan Love, all within a round of each other. This is how you know we're going to get a decent little ADP slide to come here if everybody's just buying into the quarterback avalanche right now.
Yep. And people are still taking Jared Goff ahead of 5 of them.
It just blows my mind. I'm really overweight on Michael Pittman, though. I don't want to take Pittman. We can go Rashad Bateman here if we want another.
Keep building that Baltimore stack, baby.
Yeah, if you want to go mega Baltimore, we can do that.
I also like Tyler Warren just because I think he's the guy. I know he's a rookie, but
I want to see if we can push him.
Sure.
I want to see if we can push him. I would rather go Rashad here and get a wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
That fits within the build of our team. And then I want to see who we can push here because if we do push for Tyler, I figured that'd be the case. He was going 0 tight ends. So I do too. Dang it. I do too.
He's probably the one guy. Let me check my exposures. I think he's
How about Trey Harris?
Vomit everywhere.
Do you want to go? I'm good going Keon. If you want me to make that click.
Keon.
Great.
I think Keon is the guy that I'm okay with. I know it's a bit rich for the ADP, but last year, like he was inside the top 45.
Sure.
Now he's outside the top 50. So it's a little like it's not that big of a drop off, but like it's still an acceptable range for me where I'm like going into year 2, Keon Coleman with Josh Allen. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to say the production profile is there, but I don't see the Bills going out and acquiring a big threat to come in. Like they just tried to trade for Amari Cooper. They just signed Khalil Shakir. I don't see them going out and like adding anybody who's going to come in and immediately threaten Keon Coleman's role in this offense. And I'm willing to take the shot at wide receiver 54. He was being drafted much earlier than that last year, was he not?
Yeah, no, he was. I can.
Yeah, look that up quick because I'm pretty sure he was been taken earlier than wide receiver 54 last year, and I'm willing to just bet on it won't be a massive second year leap, but it'll be. I think it'll get better this year.
Wide receiver or
at pick wide receiver 70, what was that?
Pick 77.
Pick 77. So we're talking. Keon Coleman was going in the 7th round then. And you're now getting 10th round Keon Coleman this year.
He was going ahead of Ladd McConkey, ahead of Hollywood Brown, ahead of Jamison Williams.
I remember the Keon Coleman craze was just stupid. Oh, he's attached to Josh Allen. He's in a dynamic high scoring.
Look at the GPS speed, bro. Look at the GPS. Shut up.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm a fan of Keon Coleman there.
In my draft
out here with all the dynasty trades, man. Look at this.
In all of my drafts so far, Keon Coleman is my wide receiver 4 in exposure.
Is he really?
He is.
I have to double check what my exposures are, but I'm pretty sure Cortland Sutton is up there. I've drafted a lot of Cortland Sutton and Devonta Smith. Shows you where I've been drafting primarily. Traded Jerry Jeudy a 4th for Jalen Waddle and Rashad White. That's a massive win.
Dub.
Anything I can move off of Jerry Jeudy for, I will. I just think Jalen Waddle's. I know we talked about Jalen Waddle bounce back last year, but I think it's definitely a bounce back spot again this year. Tua stays healthy. There's no way Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel is saying, you know what we need to do? We need to keep feeding Jonnu Smith the football. I don't entirely buy that's their plan moving forward.
Hey, since we're talking dynasty trades, what do you think about my trade that I made with our buddy Kevin the other day?
Did I miss that?
You might have, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Not off the top of my head instantly. I want to look at some of the players in this range quick.
Yeah, we can draft first and then come back to it.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, smash pick.
You think so?
No.
Okay. No. I'm just making sure. There's people out there like Pete Overzet who are out here saying, smash pick, Travis Hunter, great pick at pick 140.
I mean,
130
look,
technically now.
if we go Trey Harris and Travis Hunter, I don't mind it.
You want to go? No, you don't mean that.
I mean, taking the shot on some rookies this late.
I'm good going. That's an ADP scoop. I just depends on if you want to take a shot on a Devin Neal and Tajay Spears too, or if you'd rather, or you can mix in an Isaiah Likely if you really want. Mark Andrews gets traded. That's too much of a mega Baltimore stack. Let's start with Trey Harris. And then we'll
You're
see.
welcome.
We'll see what comes back.
I'm not really.
Oh, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
You don't want Colston Loveland?
I mean, we can. I'll trust you on that.
Who do you want?
Why?
Give
me 10 seconds.
Tell me who you want. This is your pick.
Oh no, it's Travis.
I'm good with it. Because what if he does? What if all the news is true recently?
I'm just saying. And
what if he does? And what if he's freaking great? What if he's Odell Beckham?
I know people will say, like, you wasted a 12th round pick when you could have grabbed a Quentin Johnston after an improvement in year 2, right? But like, the payoff is massive. People want best ball to be high risk and low, or they want it to be high reward, low risk. When you get into the mid to late rounds, it's high reward, high risk. You just got to get lucky a little bit, honestly.
And I'm okay taking chances on rookies here. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. What's
rookies
crazy
besides
about
Devin Neal?
What's crazy about the winners of the big board, though, the last 2 years, last year's winner had 10 rookies. The year prior had 0. So there's no science. I can say there's no science. There's not convincing science or data that says you should be drafting X amount of rookies. I do think it's when these players land in the right spots. Did you make the correct selections and predict where they're going to land effectively? And Travis Hunter, that's just a talent pick. You just have to pray he plays wide receiver. So I get some people absolutely hate the pick. I also get some people are like, and if he does play wide receiver, why in the world is he going after Christian Kirk and Romeo Doubs? Why is he going after Keenan Allen, who might not actually be on an NFL team if the Bears decide not to re-sign him? Like, why is Travis Hunter going after those guys? Right. So I get both sides of the coin. I don't want to not draft Travis Hunter though, and not have my exposures there.
It just doesn't make sense that we would rather have Xavier Legette over a Travis Hunter.
Touche.
I know that there are some Xavier Legette stands out there. I'm not trying to rip on them, but I've personally victory lapped it to myself that I never got what the Xavier Legette hype was about, and it played out like that last year.
Oh, sorry, I just found the trade. Love that trade. I wanted to get Ken Walker from him.
Thanks.
For context, I can't screen share right now, so I'm gonna. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I kind of focused pretty well. So I'll explain it. I got Dak Prescott, Ken Walker, and the 203 for Jalen Waddle, Bryce Young, and a very late first round pick next year.
I love that for you.
Thanks.
Love that for you. Especially if you're going to be a competitor next year and the 2026 draft class isn't as good as the 2025, I'm a big fan of that.
I needed some running back help. Got that with Ken Walker.
Really wanted to try and get Ken Walker from him, and I just was not on top of it, unfortunately. So what do you want for Ken Walker?
Well, where do you pick?
Where do I pick? I mean, remember, I'm like I think I'm like the 7th pick in that draft.
Let me see. I am at the 109. You are right before me at the 108. So
108. Oh crap, that's right, because I freaking won the 5th place game, man. I didn't even want to win that. I won by literally 0.2 points.
The beauty of the 203 though is I also have the 204, so I go back to back in the second round.
Yep.
Saying.
That's It's pretty
Some
nice.
of us are cooking
Some,
with gas.
Some of us are cooking. Coop, this is probably a helpful clarification point as well. Your teams cook when the Ravens go on bye. This is a best ball draft, so like the point in mega correlating teams in best ball tournaments is to score as many points as possible. That helps advance your teams onto the next stage towards the prize pool. So
Over on the clock.
Yeah, I realize. Sorry, I'll come back and finish my explanation there. I think we should take a quarterback here before we're out of quarterbacks.
We're going Bryce. I like Cam Ward and Bryce.
Can we do that first?
Yeah, totally.
We need a running back 4. I really like Ray Davis at this price.
Yeah, I think he definitely gets more involved this year.
Yep, I agree. More involved. And I was talking about this on a stream that I was on the other week too. Like James Cook isn't rushing for 16 next year.
Mm-hmm.
So if he doesn't rush for 16 and the Bills remain a high scoring offense, those are going to go somewhere.
Yep.
Sure, 2 might dissipate, but then 4 might fall to Ray Davis. And all of a sudden you're looking at 12 touchdowns for James Cook and 10 for Ray Davis, who had 6 of his own last year. So interesting. Anthony or Bryce Young, Adam Thielen. Cam Ward, was that your request, or Anthony Richardson?
I think Cam Ward, just because at least Cam Ward will play right away.
Yep.
Richardson's going to have plenty of questions all year.
Yep. So we got Lamar Jackson, Cam Ward, Derrick Henry, Amari Hampton, Ramondre Stevenson, Ray Davis. We got Nico, Devonta Smith, Cortland Sutton, Rashad Bateman, Keon Coleman, Trey Harris, Travis Hunter, and Mark Andrews. We're going to need to lock down that tight end 2 and 3 eventually,
and some other running backs probably.
Yeah, I'll add another running back or 2 probably.
It's still crazy to me how late Rachaad White is going.
I can't quite figure that one out. Because where did he go? 12th round? End of the 12th round, basically 13th round.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a top 20 running back last year.
Yep.
Or top 24 running back last year. He was like the running back 22 in PPR formats. Yeah, I don't get that one either. I think people just love Bucky that much that it's like, all right, out with Rashad and in with Bucky, which I get. I also don't think Rashad's just going to disappear though either. Like, I mean, it feels silly to me that, but then again, let's look at the running backs in this range. It's Rashad, Trey Benson, who's a certified backup, Devin Neal, we have no clue where he is, Tyjae Spears, who, is kind of similar to Rachaad White. Tony Pollard seems to be the 1A there, and Tyjae Spears, maybe not even the 1B, is probably just more of like a 2. Tank Bigsby could be a starter. Charbonnet is definitely going to get his touches. B-Rob for sure. Like, it makes sense. That's probably the range I would take him, but then how far up do you actually want to push Rachaad White, though? I think that's really the question. I don't know how comfortable I am pushing him up much higher than that.
I mean, the guy was running back 27 in points per game, and people are drafting him as like the running back 50. So you're drafting him.
Not quite 50. He's like 40.
That's 50 to me.
Whatever.
But like the point still stands though, is that like, again, people are under the assumption that Bucky Irving is going to be the bell cow. And it's like, that's not Bucky Irving. Like, no. The reason why they went to get Bucky Irving is because he was going to be a good complement to Rachaad White. And that's not to say that, like, again, that Bucky wasn't going to have the year that he had, but it just goes to show you that, like, they like the backfield that they have with Rachaad and Bucky together.
I do want to come back to this because I realized I never finished up my explanation. So this is the best ball draft over on Underdog, where we care about accumulating most points, basically. And sure, the bye week will suck with the Baltimore Ravens, but at the end of the day, when you correlate a team and they hit on, let's say, 12 of the 17 weeks that they play, it's much easier to digest that 1 week that they're all on bye, and then your other players can step in because every week in best ball is your best players and their highest scores that hit your starting lineup, and Underdog automatically scores that for you. So it's not necessarily oh crap, we need to make the right start decision. On the week that the Ravens are on bye, we just have to take enough chances on high upside players that could hit our lineups on the week that the Baltimore Ravens are on bye. So that's like the beauty of best ball, where it's a lot easier to team stack because if the offense is good and the players you draft are putting up points, it gives you the extra bump. So then when they're on bye, it doesn't hurt as bad because you've already stacked up points. Let's go ahead and draft.
Jaden.
You want Jaden Higgins?
Yeah. That would be my pick.
Okay. Let's go Jaden Higgins. And then I do think we need to take a tight end.
Yeah, we're good on receivers then, I think, too, for the rest of the way.
Yeah. It'll probably be if I can do my math here. 5, 6. This will probably be a 3-6-8-3 build, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yep.
3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends.
We're going RJ Harvey. We're going running back 5 in some people's draft classes.
No, we're drafting Harold Fannin.
You can have this one.
Thanks, buddy. I gave you Jaden Higgins. I get Harold Fannin.
You gave me a lot more than just Jaden Higgins, so
wow. in this round specifically. No, I'm a big fan of Harold Fannin. He is, fun fact, and Dwayne McFarland's tight end, not projections, his model for predicting the rookie class. Harold Fannin is the highest player that has graded out in his model. And you want to know what his score was? I'll give you a few other players that were in his model too. Harold Fannin scored 100. Next closest was Michael Mayer at 87. Brock Bowers was at 86. Who was after? Someone relatively recent too scored like a 70 something. So Colson Loveland was at 68 in case you care. So
over Tyler Warren.
Yeah, I believe so. Or was Tyler Warren the 71? Now I need to go look at this.
Because if he's ahead of Tyler Warren, I am boycotting Dwayne then. I'm kidding.
There you go. People, no, not X-Stock. Oh my gosh. I'm advertising websites that don't actually exist. Can't type today, people.
Blame it on the arm.
For real. There, that should be good enough to get me the tweet. There it is. We can all. Oh no, we can't see this. What are we? Nope.
Oh,
man, I am. This is what I wanted. So there we go. Harold Fannin posted the #1 adjusted production score in the history of the rookie supermodel for a tight end, which is his model. Just for age, schedule, teammate grade, target competition, quarterback play. Harold Fannin, 100. Michael Mayer, Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, Isaiah Likely.
You kidding? You kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Again, it weighs what? It weighs age.
It weighs. It adjusts. The score adjusts for age, schedule, teammate target competition, and quarterback play.
Where do you go?
My guy out here scored 100.
Where do you go to school?
Literally a no-name school. Bowling Green.
Some of the other receivers or other tight ends on that, the other 4. Notre Dame, Georgia,
yeah,
Coastal Carolina, and Colorado State.
Yeah, I was Trey McBride.
Something seems to be adding up here. We're taking target competition and age and schedule into
those aren't nobody names on his list. I just want to say that.
Sure.
Those aren't nobody names.
I like Noah Gray. I really like Noah Gray here.
I'm good with that. Assuming we don't. Okay, good. We didn't get auto snipe there. Yeah, I'm good with Noah Gray.
I also like Marshawn Lloyd after this.
Okay. All right.
But you have this is your pick.
All right, I want Jackson Dart.
Is this scroll the F down territory?
We're getting there. 18th round. Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's see why not.
Oh.
So we got our 3 tight ends. Mark Andrews, Harold Fan, and Noah Gray. I really think we're good on wide receivers.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think we need another 2 running backs probably. So I'm good with the Marshawn Lloyd.
Or do we take a Jackson Dart on the chance that he plays?
Right. So that's a question: is how long do we really want to? Do you really want to try and take a shot on a Kirk Cousins, a Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers, etc., or do you want to take Jackson Dart?
I feel like they all have
2 rookie quarterbacks, though, is my issue.
Yeah, I agree. So we should probably wait.
I would agree. My guess is that we're not going to get sniped on Marshawn Lloyd here, so I'm good taking a Marshawn Lloyd. Because I'm not a George James? Estime? In Denver's offense? Javonte is a free agent.
He's already gone, though. Oh, sorry. I totally missed the point you were trying to make. But
Julian McLaughlin?
No.
We go Marshawn Lloyd. That's fine. That's good by me.
I think there's a chance greater than 0 that he gets more involved this year. And the reason why Josh Jacobs had the year that he had is because Marshawn Lloyd was hurt.
Totally. No, I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that. Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you that I think there's like a legitimate chance that Marshawn Lloyd is the impact that he makes on that team is significantly greater than 0 this year. So I'm curious to see how they get him more involved and lighten the load on Josh Jacobs potentially. But yeah, I'm good with the Marshawn Lloyd slap there. I probably won't be having many Marshawn Lloyd shares, so any chance I get to sprinkle my exposure elsewhere. Let's see here. What's interesting about this board, Ty? How do you actually feel about Savion Williams? Because he went 2 picks before us.
He's
how do you feel about him?
Watch.
Was that?
He's my next film watch.
Oh, he's your next film watch, so you don't have a formulated opinion yet.
No, but what I've picked up on from other people is that he's either like nowhere on your radar or he's going to be like your late day 2, early day, not even early. I shouldn't even say day 2. He's going to be like your day 3 darling.
Sure. That's kind of what I'm gathering. That's kind of what I'm gathering as well.
I have a feeling that there are going to be other later round receivers that I'm going to be bigger fans of. Like, I guarantee you I'll be a bigger fan of Jalen Noel. I will be a bigger fan of Torrey Horton, bigger fan of Pat Bryant, Kyle Williams. Just off of the little bit that I know and have seen of those guys, I can tell I think I'm going to be higher on them than Savion.
Yeah, Jalen Noel is definitely the one that I'm going to be higher on than Savion Williams. I agree with you on that one. Coop, can I join a league with you guys on the Sleeper platform? On Sleeper, we don't necessarily run and host any leagues on Sleeper. It'd be interesting though if we do like a follower league. What was that?
Like a follower league?
Yeah, if we did a follower league this next year, maybe we do something like that. That might be something to keep an eye out for. In terms of Dynasty, we our Discord has a whole tab where you can, or a whole channel, excuse me, where you can go in and join Dynasty leagues with other people that follow us. But in terms of like us hosting Dynasty leagues, we don't necessarily host those, but we would do something like a follower league this year potentially if there's enough interest for it. So yeah, if you hang around with us through and into the summer for redraft, that's definitely an option where we might make that a possibility. So that's good to know because I feel like we used to do it and like we just didn't have as big of a following as we do now. So it feels a little bit more feasible to try and do now rather than when we were first trying to start it up and get people interested. It was like we were lucky to get people in, right? So yeah, we're definitely open to that. That might be an option come redraft season here. I see a lot of people really like Lakeem Allen.
He's not going to be a half PPR guy for me though, just because his skill set is receiving.
This is Jaleel McLaughlin a free agent?
I believe he is.
We really should have slapped Audric Estime then. What were we doing?
I think Denver's prime candidate to bring in a
He's still
running
under
back in this
roster.
draft.
He's only a $5,000 dead cap, though. They might cut him.
He's training camp. Oh my word, training camp casualty.
Yeah, I'm good not taking him. I
think take a quarterback unless you
we
firmly believe in LeQuint. Rodgers.
Stafford gets dealt. Rodgers is a Ram.
Ooh. Okay.
That's my theory. Dude lives out in Malibu in the offseason.
Okay.
Go play under Sean McVay.
Do we take a Kirk and Russ to add a fourth on the chance that like Rodgers doesn't? God bless America. And God bless Jimmy Garoppolo.
Actually,
this is the last pick. This is your pick. Does it scroll the F down? So
I was listening to Josh and Hayden over at the Underdog Football Show. I guess they're technically not titled that anymore, but it's technically NFL Draft with Josh and Hayden. But point being, our good friends over at Underdog, they were saying they're at the NFL Combine this week. The one name that people would not stop bringing up is Jimmy Garoppolo. Should I have gone Lakeith Allen? Probably. But I'm okay getting freaky for Jimmy Garoppolo. Handsome dude.
Do we have the best looking team in the draft?
We might.
If we
this
do,
might be the all looks team. It might. I don't know. I don't want to rip any of these dudes, but we got a few question marks out here. But look at that Devontae Smith headshot, man. Cortland Sutton's cheesing. Mark Andrews, Noah Drake, awesome smiles. We might. Aaron Rodgers adds a little salt and pepper, right? We're not ageist around here.
Do we pass the Matthew Berry name test here? Like, do we have enough unique names here?
Maybe. TBD. Oh man, we'll go ahead and recap this team once the draft wraps up, and then
Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, he's a free agent.
Hey, you know what? Dude scored how many? Why did this not stop?
Come on. Let us review our team.
Thank you. Here we go. Lamar Jackson, Cam Ward, Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo. One of those dudes is going to be the quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams. Not Cam Ward. Rodgers or Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, I mean,
Cam Ward might.
LA might get a little. I'm just saying, they've been looking to trade up the past two drafts.
If they get 3. Anyways, Lamar Jackson is who our starting quarterback is. Then you get Derrick Henry, Amari Hampton, Ramondre Stevenson, Ray Davis, Marshawn Lloyd at the running back position. I love those top 3. And I'm frankly okay with Ray Davis because there's going to be weeks where James Cook is probably going to end up missing or he gets more involved this year. And having him as your running back 4, I think is just such a steal at, 155 in ADP. What is that, a 12th, 13th round pick? 13th round pick. That's a no-brainer in my book. So love the value that you're getting on Ray Davis this year as your running back 4. Nico Collins, here's our slew of wide receivers. Nico Collins, Devonta Smith, Cortland Sutton, Rashad Bateman, Keon Coleman, Trey Harris, Travis Hunter, Jane Higgins. I wish the wide receiver 4 was maybe a bit stronger, but that's why you take shots on guys like Keon Coleman. You take shots on a Trey Harris. You take shots on a Travis Hunter if he plays wide receiver at the next level. Like, phenomenal prospect. And Jane Higgins, who is a player you and I both like in the draft too. Definitely play more of an X role than anything else, but he's a fun little player. I enjoyed his film for what he'll end up being at the next level.
Right, and for how late he goes compared to some of the other like receivers that go in that range, like Higgins has probably one of the best paths to upside.
Yeah, totally. 100% agree. Then Mark Andrews, Harold Fannin Jr., Noah Gray to wrap out the draft. So, again, I brought it up. Well, I guess we took 6 rookies in this draft. I was going to say we took 5. We split the difference between the 10 rookie champion last year and the 0 rookie champion the year prior. So we'll see if this team can bring home top prize of $250K in the big board contest this year.
So the thing again, people may say that we took a lot of rookies here. Daniel Jeremiah was on, was it the Herd today? And he summed up this draft in a way that I was like, that's genius. He said it's not star loaded, but it is starter loaded.
That's a good.
And what?
That's true. That's a true statement.
For the amount of rookies that we got in the later rounds that have a path to being a starter, you know what? I like it.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. Again, it's like Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter are your 2 stars that you could get out of this draft. Otherwise, everyone else is like
chippers.
Yes, they're the blue chippers, and everyone else is like they're going to be really solid dudes at the next level. And you even get into day 2, second, third round picks. There's going to be definitely some really good starters that come out of those rounds too. So that's the goal, right? You take shots on those guys. So what would you grade this team overall?
I would give it probably a B.
Okay.
I think that
we are,
I should take it down to a B- at that point.
Well, I was going B+ down to B in that case, but
oh, okay. I think it's a B because I think we've got some really good talent towards the top of our team. And then we do have a lot on like contingent upside on a lot of, things need to play out right for some of these guys to kind of take our team to the next level. But I think, again, the studs that we have will kind of carry our team for a good chunk of it.
Couldn't agree more. That's why I'm settling on a B. So I like the rookie upside here that we got too.
What won't be a B though?
What won't be a B?
Elimination Chamber on Saturday.
He throws in a WWE plug at the end.
Have to, dog.
I regret to inform you. I have plans on Saturday. You texted me earlier this week, and I was too scared to tell you that Maddie has off, and we have plans made because I had surgery over her birthday weekend, so we're trying to make up for.
Coop, what are you doing on Saturday?
Elimination Chamber at Ties, WWE.
Free pizza.
Oh, free pizza on Tie. Oh, look. Hey, we're going to be doing more best ball drafts like this. I'm debating if we want to mix in an NFL draft next week instead of a
hey, I will be back on for that.
I'm debating if we want to do that. I'm not confident.
Post-combine mock draft?
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we might do an NFL draft rather than a best ball draft next week.
Yeah.
So maybe we do that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. If you want to come back next week for that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell as well. When not only we go live, but all of our other videos are up as well. So appreciate you all hanging out. Ty and I will be back probably next week. I have to see if I'm available. It'll be Ty for sure. And then we had other content coming up too. We did rookie running back comps earlier this week on our podcast, and now we have wide receiver comps coming out tomorrow. So if you want to see those, again, make sure you subscribe. If you want it as soon as it drops, hit that notification bell as well. Appreciate you all. We'll head out there. Code Fellas over on Underdog if you want to draft with us in the future. We'll see y'all later. Deuces.